Today on NewbieVet, got a special guest. We got my dog, Piff.
Pitty see more.
What's going on, King, man? We finally got you in the chair, man.
Man.
Get this thing started.
Huge blessing.
So you originally from Pittsburgh?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. How was it growing up for you in Pittsburgh?
It was cold.
Like cold as weather or cold as overall?
Yeah. Both. Yeah, it was cold, but I got good memories of Pittsburgh. I can't lie. I got great memories of Pittsburgh. But my biggest memories, because I was born in November, cold.
Right.
And we had to go to school in that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We definitely, yeah.
So y'all get snow.
I was a jit, shout out to Jit. I was, a young jit, young man, and the snow would be up to my chest. To the knees, to the waist, like no cap, no bullshit. Damn. Like for real. Damn. So my biggest memories is it being cold.
Yeah. You ain't never had like no snowball fights or nothing like that?
Oh yeah, as a little kid.
Yeah.
Had a few of them, but I was a different kid. I liked the snow, but I really didn't like to get involved in the snow. I'd make a snowman and stuff like that, but I really didn't care to like, let's play in the snow and get all messy, because it's like once it hit me, I just felt like, it's like being wet in the rain, like, I really wasn't. I was crazy about it, but not like the rest of the kids. Okay. You know what I mean?
Okay. Cool. So growing up in Pittsburgh, man, and making your transition to Atlanta. Right. Atlanta was the first spot.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what was the move, and what caused your family and all y'all to move from Pittsburgh to Atlanta?
Well, my dad moved to South Carolina.
What part?
Newberry.
Oh, okay.
Because we got family there.
Okay.
My dad moved to Newberry when I was a young man. And when he moved to Newberry, I was a young man. We were getting ready to move. I was in the first grade, first semester, but I was under the impression that we were moving to South Carolina.
Right.
So, at the last minute when I found out we moved to Atlanta, it kind of like...
Oh, so it was last minute we found out.
For me, because I'm a kid.
Yeah.
The organized scenario is not, we about to tell this little boy everything we about to do.
Right.
No, you just better pack your bags and get ready to go. I mean, that's the attitude my mother had. I'm not saying she wasn't going to tell me what's going on, but she did. But when she told me, I was like, the whole time, I'm juiced up, pumped up, like, we got to go to South Carolina. I got cousins down there, great uncles, great aunts and stuff like that. So that's what I'm thinking we about to do, but we end up in Atlanta. And then, when we get to Atlanta, we kind of just look around like, well, it reminded us of Pittsburgh at that time.
Oh, yeah.
Just from the scenery, looking
around. And
when
this was?
94.
94, okay. And so, when you first got in Atlanta, what was your first impression of Atlanta?
My very, very first impression?
Yeah.
These people talk very different. See, I got big respect for the South, so I don't want to be disrespectful. I don't want to come off rude saying they country or no shit like that, because I have family that's country if that's the case, and I could be. Because if you think about Pittsburgh, we have a slur that's conducted with a California Midwest lingo and a sprinkle of South anyway with a dash of North, because we already up there. Right. So we already sound far-fetched and confusing, because we say higher and shower. And people say shower and higher, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. So it's like I can't really come off and say, they sound country and shit like that. Now, I heard my mom say it a lot, though. like that was her huge, shit about that. But no, I just felt like, the lingo is different. Right. And I wanted to catch on right away because I didn't want to be left out. I wanted to know what they were saying, and I wanted to be able to say the same shit. Okay. All right.
So how well was it, how well did it took you, or how long it took you to adjust to Atlanta and Atlanta's culture and the way they do things?
I want to say by third grade I was submitted, because I spent the second semester of first grade in Atlanta. So by third grade, I believe I was submitted. I had enough fights, enough enemies, enough rivals, to the point where they knew I wasn't going nowhere. Right. So I just got coined the nickname White Boy.
Right. Why they call you White Boy?
I'm light skinned. I was confused, put it that way, because I'm black. I'm black. And I'm in the South, and I'm like 6, 7 years old, and, I'm fighting with these kids every day. Then after a while, now we playing football, soccer, volleyball, but they can't pronounce my name. Yeah. My name Duron, but they said Dorian, Darian, Duron. Yeah. D-Ron. I heard it all under the sun, but they never would say DeRon. So I guess the lazy ones was just like, oh, that's white boy.
Right.
You know, and then I hated it. Don't get me wrong, I hated it. But by that time, like, I was like, you know what? Whatever make y'all happy, because it's like, I ain't going nowhere. I'm going to be here tomorrow at school doing the same shit. You know, talking my shit. Y'all don't like it, whatever. Oh, you talk like this. You sound like that. Because, yeah, man, I moved down here from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Something stupid different.
Right.
Like, everybody looking at me like, who is he? Right. Then a couple grades later, I got dreads because I had hair early. You know what I'm saying?
How old were you when you start growing?
Well, see, the thing is, I started growing my hair early. Like, it was like 2nd grade. So I had to be like 9, 10 years old. But I didn't have them long. Yeah. I went from like 2nd to 3rd because I went from being teased from being called white boy to, you know, being teased about my hair.
Right. Damn.
From the state that, you know.
They got dreads.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I'm not hating. I'm not hating at all. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Yeah. You know, but I was.
So you had the dreads like me around the time they wasn't popular.
Yeah. Period.
Yeah. See, dreads wasn't
around the Olympics.
Yeah.
When the Olympics came to Atlanta.
Okay.
You feel me? That's the best time
to
say it.
Like, because back then, dreads wasn't a popular dread. To some women, dreads was
dirty.
Nasty,
dirty.
Yeah.
I heard it all of this side.
Yeah, dirty and something like that. There was mostly clean cuts, waves.
Yeah.
Yeah, waves was men with waves. They used to love that.
I tried that.
Yeah.
It did not work for me. I was highly unsuccessful every time. Now, rocking a do-rag, that was the easy part.
Yeah.
Now, brushing, you know, I used to have I had a teacher named Mr. Culpepper. And he had the coolest waves in the world in 6th grade. Yeah. And we used to always ask him, how did you do that? Got a brush. You got a brush. Get your brush and brush. I'm like, I must don't brush enough. How nappy is my head? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, my hair just was not with that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? No matter what I did, I brushed this way, sideways, front ways, back ways. Get all the little wave, when we was young, the little swirl wave shit. And none of that worked. I had waves for 2 days one time. And it turned out it was dandruff.
Oh.
It's being real, man. Like, straight up, that was my life. It didn't work out. So imagine, you know, I had dreads. Then 2nd grade, 3rd grade, I got them cut. Because, you know, I got tired of being teased. I told my mom I didn't want my hair no more. And she cut it off. You know what I'm saying? So I went through the, you know, crazy bald head stage for...
Oh, you was clean, Mr. Clean.
Well, nah, I wasn't bald, but, you know, just metaphorically speaking, yeah. I like 10 fade, shit like that, or, you know, overall, you know, type shit, but it was low, you know. It was low for a while.
Okay. So, so when you started making that transition into music, like what got you into doing music, and like what was your musical roots, like what you grew up, like what's your family and your grew up listening to, growing up?
Reggae music.
Oh, so you grew up on reggae?
Yeah.
Okay. Reggaeton, reggae. Reggae.
Nah, the root.
Okay.
Roots reggae.
Roots reggae.
Like
okay,
I say from the root, the trench town, you know what I'm saying? That
Peter Tosh,
the shanty town, yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
All of that.
Okay.
Like Dennis Brown, Burning Spear, Gregory Isaacs, Oswald, Blackie Hoover, Still Pulse, Culture, Yellow Man, Barrington Levy, shit like that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting the chills talking about it now because that's what captivated me as a kid. Jimmy Cliff, Buju Banton, all of that shit.
Right. I grew close to that too at a young age, very, very young age. It was just different at a time, and it hit me. It actually hit me harder than rap.
Relaxing, soothing.
It's more relaxing.
Therapeutic.
So, yeah, and it's good for the soul.
Spiritual.
Very good for the soul.
A lot of the early reggae music was religious hymns.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was gospel music. It was that. Jamaican gospel. Well, in the early, I was just saying, at that time, it was Jamaican gospel music, in a sense.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's actually, that's when it was at its best to me. I mean, because it had more soul into it.
Right.
More soul compared to more technology, digital driven sounds. Yeah. A lot of the sounds is mostly digitalized besides back then when they actually played everything.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? So it ain't really a lot of true guitar,
Yeah, but
players.
see, a lot of people don't realize reggae is an illusion. The sound of it.
Right.
Because the whole instrumental pattern was a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
And, they continue to go about it, Right. So it's like, at the end, it's like, it couldn't be duplicated. And when you try to duplicate it with, new apps and new programs that you can make beats from, it's not gonna sound the same. So it's gonna, the music's not gonna have the inspiration. It's not gonna get an artist the feeling to say certain things that they could possibly say on a song. So if you get it's like, I believe good music is determined by the instruments.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm a huge fan of James Brown, and James Brown called everything a drum.
Right.
And I felt him on that.
Yep.
Because it got to have that vibration.
He never hardly said any damn words for one. But so you had
it's
no
real.
trouble with the vibe to his music.
That's real. I loved it, though.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved it.
I got it.
And James Brown,
that's all he had to say for me.
90% beat, 10% words.
Yeah.
But he was the man at that. He knew he owned the one.
Hey, my grandfather said he couldn't sing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I felt that not because he was my grandfather. I just felt the rhythm like, okay, this man might not know how to sing, but he just know how to get up there. Like, you got to think about when you see the movie. Please, please, please. You know what I'm saying? And the dude is like, what is he saying? Please what? You know what I'm saying? He's like, please sign me. Get me out these slums. I just got locked up out of suit.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Singing please from his soul. From his soul. Right. He's a godfather of soul.
Yeah. And he made it sound good, though. That's what I think.
Exactly.
He made James Brown so good. He made it sound good.
Right. Okay. All right. So, when you started doing music and stuff, like, what got you up to, doing music? Like, what was the steps that you, like, okay, I want to do music? Like, what was the couple things that you did to try to make that happen for you?
I'll be quite honest with you. I was inspired to do music secretly for a long time. As far as hip hop go, I just didn't want to tell anybody. It started in '98, the infamous hip hop year that they like to call it, when guys like Nori came out, Cameron came out. It was massive artists that just was coming from left, right, but had hit records from left, right. But then when Master P came out, majorly. Like, mind you, at this time, I didn't know who the hell Master P was. I wasn't hip to his underground music at the time. And my cousin...
What were you listening to at the time?
At the time, like I said, I was reggae hip. My mother brought me to the hip-hop forefront.
Oh, okay.
So, like, the first hip-hop in my house, like, I'll tell you a story right now. My mother went crazy about the Wu-Tang Forever CD.
For real?
And it was back on cassette tape. We went to the fucking underground looking for this. I'm a little kid. You feel me? And she was going crazy because every store she went to, she couldn't find this tape.
Right.
And I was like, damn, Wu-Tang must be the shit.
Right.
Little did I know. That's where Method Man came from and all of that, So I immediately became hip afterwards. But, like, I was listening to whatever my parents was listening to. Right. But I fell in love with Snoop. I fell in love with Dre.
Right.
I fell in love with NWA and Run DMC. And then, like, once I started listening to hip hop, I kind of like went in like the order of it. I went from the golden era to what I like to call the East and West Coast era to now. You know what I'm saying? I was able to study all of the evolution and change to where once it got to where we was already at. You know what I'm saying? I knew what the hell was going on. You know what I'm saying? I knew who was who and what was what. Because I was open to listen to everybody. I really had like a fan favorite. I was listening to everybody. Whatever I liked.
Okay.
Primarily West Coast music, though. Because if people could remember at the time, I was living in Atlanta, Georgia, running around screaming, West Side. Because, bumping Tupac, it did that to you. West Side Connection, Ice Cube, Dub C, Mac 10, that shit did that to you. Yeah. So you wanted to say you was from the West Coast, even though you weren't from the West Coast.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, I could definitely say I was heavy West Coast influence early.
Yeah, that's okay.
For real. MC8, DJ Quick. Yeah. All that shit.
Okay, cool. So you was a big Tupac fan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Early.
Cool. What album got you on Tupac?
Me Against the World.
Me Against the World?
Yeah.
Okay.
From the first to the last track.
Yeah.
Like all the songs is playing in my head at once in a weird way now that you brought it up. It's crazy.
Right.
For real. That was the one.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Yeah, you know out of all that whole career, Dr. Dre only produced, 2-3 songs for Pop.
Yeah.
Everybody think he produced the whole.
Daz really didn't get the credit he deserved.
He didn't get the credit.
No credit.
Not no credit.
We just found out he made Ambitions of a Ratter.
Right.
Thanks to the movie. We learned before the movie, depending on certain circumstances, the documentary footage.
I knew before the movie.
I did too.
Yeah, I knew that.
But the movie kind of helped everybody know.
Yeah. How I knew because it's like back then, when people dropped, we grew up around the time when they dropped CDs.
Yeah.
And they used to have the booklets to read the credits.
Yeah.
And I've always been the type of guy, I get an album, because back then the albums was high, like $25 for an album at the record store.
That's real.
And you go in there, I buy that shit. I spend $20, $30 for this album to read everything about this album.
Yeah.
So I used to read the booklet from the beginning to the end. And that's how I started figuring out what a producer was, an engineer was.
Right.
And I started seeing names back.
A lot of my favorite people didn't write none of this shit. Hurt my soul.
Facts. You read it by the credit.
Hurt my soul.
Facts. And that's how I started seeing Daz Dillinger. I'm like, damn, Daz Dillinger producing all the hottest shit on his fucking album. I said, damn.
Straight up.
Yeah, I'm like, Daz is killing
all our favorite songs.
Yeah, but Dre's impact just shadowed it.
Yeah.
It shadowed it.
Real shit.
So, you grew up on wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, who was your favorite wrestler?
Macho Man Randy Savage.
Man, come on, man. You serious? That's my dude, man.
Ooh, yeah.
Macho Man was my favorite till Stone Cold came. I can't cap.
I love Steve Austin.
I can't cap, man.
I love Steve Austin.
He blew Macho out of the water.
I love Steve Austin, but it's like Steve Austin he's one of them Hulk Hogan type figures.
What? You think so?
I say that because he has, everybody loves Steve.
Right.
I'm one of them type of fans. If everybody start to love you, I start to tread away.
Yeah.
Like, okay, man, I was feeling you for some reason. Now you doing something that I'm not feeling you for because everybo's feeling you now.
But you know
what I'm saying?
I give Stone Cold credit on the strength of Stone Cold saved WWE.
Yeah,
at the time they needed.
He saved the sport of pro wrestling.
He saved wrestling, period.
Yeah. He got up and said, fuck my boss, and I'm going to whoop his ass on a couple Mondays and do what I want to do, and I might win this belt.
Right.
And see what he's got to say about it.
Right.
Lo and behold, behind the scenes, it's already premeditated.
Right.
But we don't care. If you already know, we don't care. You know what I'm saying?
But it was just the energy. His theme song, his interest in come out. You hear that glass bust shit. I mean, it can be 30 years from now, you hear that glass bust, people will lose their fucking
I still
mind.
do.
Yeah, I do too, bro. He can roll down that
He probably birthed a lot of alcoholics too. Let's just be realistic. People that probably never thought they was going to drink a beer in life has drunk a beer thanks to Steve Austin. I'm pretty sure. You know what I'm saying? You remember the first time you seen Undertaker drink a beer?
Oh, shit.
That threw everybody off.
Threw me off. That's the first time I seen the Undertaker drunk a beer. I seen him one time in the black and purple, but I seen him do it a lot when he changed his name to he was
the American Badass.
I ain't like that character. I couldn't get it. I couldn't get into that character, man.
Yeah, I dug it.
I couldn't get into it, man. I'm so Undertaker. I like the Undertaker. I like his eyes white.
He was still the Undertaker.
I know, man, but
he just wanted to show people this is me. I don't feel like dressing up in all black.
So that's just like Kevin Nash.
Yeah.
When he changed
Diesel.
He was Diesel.
Mm-hmm.
Then he went to Kevin Nash.
Right.
I like the Kevin Nash better than the Diesel.
That's real.
You know
I got to relate to him more. Diesel was under that Vince McMahon influence.
Exactly.
When he got to Kevin Nash, he was under his own influence.
Right.
He was the booker then.
Right.
And highest paid. What can you tell him in WCW?
Right.
Ted Turner's money.
So do you still watch wrestling now? Like, you still a fan of it?
Yeah.
'Cause I ain't gonna lie.
I'm active.
I started watching wrestling after...
That sound like a long time right there.
No. Last time I watched wrestling, what's her name? My boy, Randy Orton was champion.
He was just champ.
No, I'm talking about when he first got the championship.
He just won the belt in October. Now he lost it.
I'm talking when he first got the
belt.
It.
Oh,
cause they win the belts like 6, 7, 8 times.
No, you're right. He's like a 14-time heavyweight champion.
That's what I'm saying. After the first cut, it became too commercial for me.
I
already knew it was fake.
I went through a tenure where I didn't watch neither. Yeah. From like maybe, let me see, from I want to say from 05 to 08.
Right.
I started watching it again in 08. Right. And that's because of my little brother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He picked up where me and his older cousin left off and brought us both back. You know what I'm saying?
Kept y'all, put you up to date and stuff.
Yeah, not to mention TNA came out.
Yeah.
And that kind of fascinated me because that was just some different shit going on over there.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. Because there was a lot of retired, not retired, but a lot of ex-WCW people over there.
Yeah. It was a nice little blend. Yeah. Retired WWE guys over there, some ECW cats too.
Yeah. So how you felt when Macho Man died?
Man, it was heartbroken.
Yeah, man.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Not heart. I was heartbroken, but it was heartbreaking, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't cool to see.
Right.
You know.
Right.
That's the Slim Jim, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? But, you know.
Yeah.
He wouldn't want you to be down. He'd want you to keep on going because he always say the cream rises.
Right.
You know, so you just keep it pushing. But it was sad as hell. I mean, any wrestler passed away is sad to me. Because, you know, you grow up watching them as a jit, then you get in your 30s like, damn.
Right.
For real, that happened.
That happened. Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah. Then a lot of people don't understand, like, them wrestlers, like, them some true tough motherfuckers. Because,
oh, yeah, I got big respect for them.
Yeah. Because they get fucked up for real.
Yeah. Fake
real.
My ass. You can't fake choreography. Look, if you send a ballerina out there to say, walk on that pole, and she practiced for 3-4 hours, I got it down pat, but she finally get her ass up there and bust her ass.
Right.
Yeah, you had it down pat, but you can't be perfect with that. Right. That's all I'm saying.
I learned something about ballerinas too. I heard it, you know, which is true. Ballerinas, you will break some toes doing ballerina.
No doubt.
Being in ballet.
You know, online, they'll show you a ballerina foot, and you'll be like, damn.
Yeah, they ugly. They some ugly.
Yeah, like, no way.
Yeah. They're terrible. They terrible. It is horrible.
Like, for real.
Yeah. I mean, even gymnastics, they gonna break wrists.
Right.
They gonna break bones and stuff like that. Because you ain't gonna go out there and do them flips that they're doing in perfect the first time ever performing it without busting your ass up.
That's what I'm saying. And then that sport, they teach you bumps.
Right.
Like, if you were just injured, you got to get in the ring and run and drop a certain way on your side for probably like 30 minutes to an hour, maybe even longer than that. You feel me? Just to get back into the swing of things. Then you go into the ropes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you want to get the feeling of how the ropes are. Those is real ropes wrapped up in tape.
Hurt.
Yeah. You know, you got padding, a little padding over wood for a ring.
Right.
And a cloth sheet over it. Right. You know what I'm saying? It ain't protecting anything. You get a jackhammer. You know? Brain buster. I've seen the tombstone. Imagine that in a fist fight. World star. You know what I'm saying? It's over. Everybody go back out.
Right.
Like somebody has been tombstone power driven in a fist fight. At the Popeyes, over a Popeyes chicken sandwich.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And shit like that happens or could happen or is about to happen.
Right.
I swear to God, on the planet Earth we on, it could definitely happen.
But a lot of those wrestling moves, if you actually perform them, you're going to hurt yourself too. Because a lot of them shit, I'm like, damn, they hurt themselves just to hurt the person even worse.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to hurt your goddamn self. Yeah. You're going to tear your goddamn knees up doing it too.
Yeah, I RKO'd one of my ex-girlfriends. She was talking about her neck was hurt. I was like, my side is hurt. I fell on pure carpet. You know what I'm saying? What about my pain? But you know how it is.
So, how you wind up linking with Dark Chain?
I linked up with Dark Chain through a mutual.
Shaq.
I linked up with Shaq, big bro, through a mutual friend of ours. And make a long story short, we just been kicking shit ever since.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was 15, 16 years old.
So you man young.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was still in the military at that time.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
He had dreads then?
Nah, he ain't had dreads. He was always low.
Low cut. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool. And then, so y'all just start, like, linking up and just, like, every time you see him, y'all speak and stuff like that?
Well, to be honest with you, I'll just be real with you. Like, we would link up and kick it, but, like, I would freestyle all the time. And, you know, our mutual friend would be like, man, you know, I like it, but you kind of make it too much noise. And he'd be the one that like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, let him keep rapping, let him keep spitting.
Right.
more drinks. I'm the smoker, so let's just put that out there. The more drinks, the more me smoking. You know what I'm saying? I'm still going. So he like, man, you know what? I want to invest in you. I like that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Not knowing he already had history and being a manager already, so I didn't know. You feel me? But I had, I had faith in him. It was like mutual faith. He seen something in me, I seen something in him at the same time. Like, yeah, I can see that. I'm comfortable fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? I really ain't too big on being managed by anybody, especially at that time. So, he was like, yeah, I want to work with you. But he was like, I want you to do one thing in order for you to work with me. I was like, what's that? He's like, I want you to go to Lil Wayne. Me being a young kid at the time.
He wants you to what?
Go to Lil Wayne.
Okay.
Me being a young kid at the time, I didn't care. I was with it. So, I mean, not to mention, it was funny because I felt like, it was around the time where Wayne said he's the best rapper alive. Yeah. I felt like I could go. So I was like, yeah, it's kind of works for me. This is in my field. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
So when Big Cuz came, Killer came, and y'all wind up, how y'all wind up linking doing some music, or it was just more on he came up there and y'all just chilled on mostly on family things and then it became music?
To be honest with you, this was premeditated by God. As far as the music goes, I always told him that. He just didn't believe me, but I ain't gonna say he didn't believe me. I guess his vision wasn't mine, of course. You know what I'm saying? He didn't see what I seen at the time. That's a better way to say it. But at the end of the day, though, like I would always mess with him about making a song with me because I was always in the studio from like 12 years old to now. I was always in the studio. Yeah, say that, yeah. So I would always get on his nerve, bug him. He'd be in the trap, selling dope. Hey man, come make a song with me. Nigga, I'm getting money. Fuck out my face. So, that was real shit though. Like I didn't put it in the songs, he didn't put it in the songs. Like this is real shit. You know what I mean? It'd be times where I done brought him all the way to the studio. He might come to the studio, go outside, smoke a cigarette, come back in. I'm out. Cuz, you did that first. Y'all take too long. I got shit to do. So it was kind of really hard for him to get him to take it serious. Imagine your cousin being Eazy-E. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but he know how to rap. Right. Think about the Straight Outta Compton movie. Eazy-E was the banger. Yeah. Like, no disrespect to you, Eazy, because you real. Yeah. That's my cousin. You feel me in so many aspects when it comes to this music shit. When you in a room full of people that's just influenced artists, he got it. It's just he don't, his inspiration wasn't there to embrace it. So I was just that little light bulb that would annoy him. Right. Wrestling move or two or attempt. Right. You know what I'm saying?
But the difference between the two, Eazy couldn't rap.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. But I'm talking about the street shit.
Street shit, right.
Imagine him being Eazy-E, but knowing how to rap.
Right.
So it's like, instead of me trying to push me at times, this is before I even got off the porch. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm trying to get him to, make music with me.
Up age and stuff like
he's fire, he's flawless. You know what I'm saying? The dude he's skilled. Right. Unlike a lot of forces in the industry that claim artists or MCs or lyricists or whatever. Right. You know what I'm saying? I know this, my people know this. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way it is. And I was always that one, never scared to push him to say, nah, we gonna try it. So it got to a point where even when, I didn't know, it would be times where he would have a show. Cuz I need you to be my hype man. Of course I'm gonna be your fucking hype man. I don't give a damn. Nigga, what? Nigga, of course I'm there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, and then, it became interchangeable. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it was like, we just kept, complimenting each other when it came to music. But I was always just pushing them to, nah, let's go to the yo, cuz. Or then when I bought a studio, shit got different. Yeah. Because it's like, now he could just pull up on me, smoke a blunt, drink some. Nigga, you know what? You over there making 1,200,000 songs. I ain't hopped on one, nigga. Blow me up a beat, cuz, you know what I'm saying? So if that's the inspiration that it take, then I'm with it. But sometimes he would think I'm doing it on purpose, and I wasn't. But he know I wouldn't be. I'm just, a workhorse in the studio. You know what I'm saying? No matter who trying to work with me or not, I'm going to get some songs done. You feel me? It ain't no disrespect to anybody if you're in a yo with me. I'm just trying to work. I got an agenda, but I can add you a part of it.
Right.
But you could easily be, you know what, I'm going to just get better at what I'm doing. Right. And he wasn't coming to the studio to record. He was coming to the studio to hang out and kick shit with me because that was my apartment. That was my house. My house was the studio. So when he would come over, you know, he would eventually make a song that after a couple months go by, song. You know, now they got a mixtape.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
Okay. So that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Okay. Cool. And so, I've been checking out a lot of your work. You've been dropping a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. How many tapes you got so far that you?
87.
87.
Yeah.
Just putting in work.
Yeah.
Ah, dang.
That's just the mixtapes.
That's just the mixtape.
Yeah, that's just the free music.
That's crazy.
Because I believe in, you know, putting out free music, you know, so that's just the free music right there, you know.
Right.
87 mixtapes.
That's a lot, bro. Woo. Eating, man.
And counting.
And still going strong.
Yeah, no doubt. I ain't gonna cap to nobody. It's my shit.
Right, man. So out of those 87, which one you think is your top 5?
My top 5, 40 ounces and swishers.
That's number 1 or that's number 5?
That's number 1 in my top 5.
Okay.
I had to start from like I'm weird. I had to start from 1, I guess. That would be number 1 for me. Number 2 would be no baking soda. You know, me and Dark Chain teamed up for that one, and now we still making no baking soda mixtapes. And number 3 would have to be shit. That's deep. Now you got me in the elements. Number 3 would have to be Because We Can, me and Killer did. That definitely coming number 3 because that was like a 10-year premeditated mixtape. Right. Out of all the music we made, we never made a mixtape until that point. So I definitely had to throw that in there. Phew, that's a damn good question, man. It's a lot of them. Cause it's like the more music I make, you know, the top 5 will change.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I got a series that I did called The Drop. I would have to say The Drop 1. The very first drop would definitely have to go in my top 5. That was growth. Progress. For certain. That's on live mixtapes. That was my first mixtape on live mixtapes, actually. And the only one I put out there for purpose. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like yeah, definitely. So I would have to say Progress at number 4. Number 5 would have to be No Baking Soda 0.5. Okay. I mean, it'd be 5.5. Okay. That's it. That shit was spur of the moment, and every last song is cold. And I didn't I probably wrote like 20% of it. Right. So you know. Yeah. So, man, as an independent artist, man, what do you feel like, what are some of the problems that independent artists come across from preventing them from taking that next step to the next level? What are some things that, from your experience, that some independent artists go through? For those who don't, you know, that's watching this, that's trying to make that decision on going into music, what are some things that, from your experience, that they're most definitely going to come across? Money. Right. Like I wouldn't step in this game without it. Right. But even though I'm different, I stepped into the game broke. I legitimately jumped off the porch head first. Right. You know, without a mission and goal in mind. I just knew I was gonna rap. And 20 years later, I'm still doing it, but everybody different. Everybody not the same. I had to learn later that it take money. Like, as you know, I guess I seemed content or comfortable where I was at a point in my life or career rather, you know. And I had a lot of people in my ear like, you know, it's something you missing. Exposure, promotion, you know, publicity, you know, shit like that. You know, you gotta some gotta give here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, shit, this finances is money. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the more money you had, the better you can make music as far as investing in, you know, putting your all into it, because I've done it. Right. You know what I'm saying? And them be the albums you be pissed off at. Yeah. Them be the projects you be like, for me, Pressure in a Drought. I got my first Indie Deal. You know, the deal was great with Rags and Riches record. I'm still there. Shout out to Polo. But me personally, the work that I put out, I invested in that, and it didn't come out
like you thought.
Hell no. The work was good, but I even go back and listen to it myself sometime now and be like, you know what? I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. You know what I'm saying? But I just thought at that time that shit was gonna work. Not saying the music wasn't dope. Yeah. It's just I guess the timing. Yeah. You know, it clicked for like a week. Right. You know what I'm saying? And you know, that's when I learned. I watched the Young Dolph interview and he was like, man, music get old quick. Yeah. He was like, after about 2-3 weeks, niggas is on some new shit or trying to make some new shit or drop some new shit to keep up with the next nigga because they doing it. You know what I'm saying? So you can't. Yeah, you can't expect your shit to be high. Like it was watched on Spotify for like literally a week, but I put a lot into it. So to get a week worth of love out of it on all the little streaming platforms, I was just like, bullshit. Right. Yep. So I went back to the mixtapes, and I told my big homie that Polo, I was like, I'm about to focus on these tapes. And he's like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Do you? You know what I'm saying? And when I dropped Progress and he seen, the love that I was getting off that, and that lasted for like a month. Got record deal offers off that mixtape, no bullshit. And that's when he was like, you found your lane. You know what I'm saying? You know what you need to do to grow your fan base. Right. And, that's why I keep dropping tapes. That's why I got as many tapes as I got, At the time when I was doing mixtapes, niggas like 50 Cent, Lil Wayne, and Gucci Mane was doing.
Yeah, mixtapes was the hottest thing.
Yeah, like Gucci was doing them because he couldn't get a deal. He was blackballed. Lil Wayne was doing them because back then Baby wasn't trying to drop his album. Yeah, don't nobody want to talk about that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's why he was doing the mixtape.
Exactly. Then 50 was doing them because if everybody know 50's story, 50 got shot up. 50 was trying to get back into the majors. He couldn't, so he had to flip they shit in order to get their attention, and it worked. Right. So it was like a guy like me at that age, at that time, I was like, I think I'm going to do that. Not to mention, I just like to practice. I always looked at it, rapping on instrumentals, jacking for beats was sharpening my sword. Right. So when I get on my own shit, I can just wreck it, know how to go about it, know about the cadence, know about the bars, know about filling in the pockets, you know what I'm saying? Right. Being seasoned. Right. With it, you know what I'm saying? So
that's a good way. Saying it like that. If you're gonna use them, download the beats. That's the way of using it. Yeah, that's sharpening up your skills. So that way, when you get your own, when you willing to invest your money into your own work, you know what you're looking for. You know what sound you're looking for. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Exactly. Besides just going in somewhere blind, you don't know what to expect.
That's real. Right. That's real. It take practice. Right. You know what I mean?
Right. Facts. So so you also was performing up in Atlanta, right? Mm-hmm. You did some shows and stuff up there. Yeah. What are the shows like up there?
They.
And what are the shows that you need to do? Like because I was explaining to someone, they was like, "Hey, I got a show in Atlanta," and I was like, "Okay."
No, I feel you.
Yeah, because it's like
I feel you on that.
All right, if you're not from Atlanta, okay, shall I answer this? So for someone that's never been to Atlanta, 'cause a lot of people hasn't been to Atlanta, or they been to Atlanta, they ain't been in Atlanta. They went there to the mall or something and took the air back home. But I'm talking about actually been there, standing there, waking up there, just like that. So if you tell them, hey, I got a show in Atlanta, they automatically thinking the biggest star gonna be there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what some people's minds be.
I love it though. I can't lie. Yeah. It's pure entertainment for me.
Yeah. Some people's mind, that's how their mind be. But then it's like, okay, they might have a show where it might, okay, Lil Scrappy's going to be performing up here at this club in Atlanta. Right. To somebody that's from a country town, you think a Lil Scrappy, you think, we some mad boss. So that wasn't Scrappy, was it? Yeah. Definitely. You think all that, so you think like the shit going to be lit. Then you go to Atlanta and see 27 people there. That's facts.
Not even 27.
That's facts.
Might be like 17.
It's like for the ones in the smaller places, when they think of Atlanta, they think of everywhere in Atlanta being bright. Right. Not knowing that every place in Atlanta ain't got bright lights. No. You know what I'm saying? No. It doesn't.
That's true.
It doesn't. And there's some homeless people in Atlanta too.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot.
They got more money than some niggas.
Right. Because I was we was at the Gladys Knight's Chicken and Waffle. Mm-hmm. We was up there, and I bumped into a friend of mine. He's homeless, and he was him and like 8 other people back there, just back there, you know, waiting on people to come out of the restaurant, asking for change and shit. Mm-hmm. So what is that? The Atlanta culture, like that type of lifestyle? I know you've seen it a lot. Mm-hmm. Like, what is that type of lifestyle like actually seeing it? Like, for those who haven't experienced, like, seeing homeless people, like, crowds of homeless people. You know, in Augusta, you might see 1 or 2. They'll pop up every now and then. You know what I'm saying? But in Atlanta, they're...
like in drones.
Right.
Well, you know, for me, I guess I could say grew numb to it, got used to it. Right. Because, you know, you just so used to seeing it over a period of time. And it don't really... how can I say, it don't bother me because when I look at them, I got this state of mind where I just take the positives. Right. I can't look at a negative and automatically think a negative, think the bad. I look at them like they free. They ain't got no bills. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got no obligations. Right. They might, and then, you know, I learned over the years, they might want to be in these situations, depending on the circumstances. You meet a lot of homeless people that be like, oh, don't feel bad for me. Right. You know what I'm saying? I just want a shot of this. I'm going back to where I was. I got an old lady. She a pain in my ass. But I'd rather be out here in the rain, smoking my Newport before I put up with her bullshit. Right, and there's some niggas like that. Right. You know what I mean? Right. So you can't really feel sorry for them, but, you know, you help them if they want to be helped.
So I'm glad you said that. I was just about to get to that. So how can you tell if a homeless person is really homeless and really need help and, you know, for you to give them, you know, to look out for them? Because I know some good acting ass fucking homeless people that's not homeless. Yeah. They just on drugs. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, but how can you tell the difference? Because, you know, you've been in, you know, you see that a lot. But how, and I know you've been asked a lot about changing everything. So how do you know if someone's sincere about needing help?
I mean, I just go with my instincts. Because I done had all sorts of experiences where, you know, I've had great experiences with the homeless, you know, or not even just with the homeless, but the person that's asked for change. Let's just put it like that. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because I necessarily don't know if they're homeless or not. They might just be at the store every day. Now, for example, I might see a certain person at this store every day. I might not have it to give them. But when I finally have it to give them, I feel comfortable to give it to him because I'm like, I see him every day. Right. He's going to be back tomorrow. He's going to be back tomorrow. And he is. Every time. You know what I'm saying? But then you got some people that's out there you feel bad for. You give them $1 and they look at you like you batshit crazy. Like, what is that? I had a homeless person at the murder stop straight up laugh at me. I looked at her and put my money back in my pocket and said, I won't ever do this shit again. So now it's really, I just go with instincts. If I really feel like a person needs something, you know, I look out. But it's like, it ain't really like automatic to me, you know what I'm saying? Like it once was for me. Once I felt like, okay, if I got it, yeah, if you want to receive your blessing and all that shit. But at the end of the day, it's like, I just go with my gut. Yeah, no matter what the situation is, if I feel like they need it, God in control of that now. Right. You know what I'm saying?
We had a homeless guy back home where I'm from. He used to be around the store all day, ask people for 50 cents. That's it. You're like, oh, okay, 50 cents ain't nothing. You know, he know you got change and he looking at you through the store. Mm-hmm. So he see where they give you change and shit. So he'll give you 50 cents. And I was like, damn, that's all they asking is 50 cents? Mm-hmm. And I thought about it. He be there from like maybe 11 that morning to like maybe 5 that afternoon just to stand there all day. Right. 50 cents, 50 cents, 50 cents, 50 cents. And I thought about it. Damn. He's getting 50 cents out of everybody. If he asked 50 people that day for 50 cents, they all gave him 50 cents. Smart man. Yeah. Smart man. Smart man. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, that's why I was asking that because it's a lot of con people. Yeah. A lot of con people.
Yeah, see, like after a while, I must admit, I just stopped caring about, you know, what their motive might be. Right. If I feel it's in my gut to do that, you know what I'm saying, I just, you know, go about it that way, but not all the time. Right. You know what I mean?
Okay. So you got any new projects you working on?
Yes, indeed. Okay. I got this project I'm working on right now called Tape God. Okay. And numerous projects actually, you know, being worked on at once. I'm always working on more than one project, but specifically right now it's Tape God. Okay. You know what I mean?
How many tracks on it?
I'm looking at maybe 8.
Maybe 8. Oh, okay.
You know, I don't want to, you know.
Yeah, and nobody listen to long albums no more.
Yeah, I want to give them exactly the ones I feel like they need to hear.
Yeah.
And then, you know, depend, like, I'm a recorder. Shit, like, well, not record. I'm recording a shitload of music for it, you know.
Right.
No limitation. If I get, like, maybe 40 songs, it's easier for me to pick my top 8. But whatever don't make it, you know, for the next project or, you know.
So you're also a movie fanatic?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, what's your favorite genres?
My favorite? Comedy. Comedy. I love to laugh. It gotta be comedy.
Okay. Who's your top 5 comedians of all time?
Top 5 comedians of all time. Eddie Griffin, Dave Chappelle, Richard Pryor, Red Fox. And I get the last one to Eddie. Okay.
Do you think Kevin Hart funny?
When he want to be.
Everybody say. Everybody say.
That's exactly how I feel.
Yeah, man. Okay, cool. I like your list, man. I like your list. You actually got a powerful list.
Yeah.
It's a real powerful list.
Those voices was was in my household.
Right. Yeah, that's a real powerful list. That's a powerful list, man. Okay, cool, man. All right, so before we slide off on NewbieVet, man, is any love that you want to shout out, and how can they find you on social media?
Man, you can shout me out. Well, first of all, I want to shout out you, Jpaul the demigod. I appreciate you. Appreciate your love. CTC United. Dark Chain, Rags to Riches, RMG 893, Big Yakuza, Pittsburgh, Atlanta, you know. Back to the AUG, my little brother in Cali, and y'all can follow me on Piff, at Piff893 on Instagram, and subscribe to me on my page at /Piff on YouTube. And, you know, I'm Piff on Facebook. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Where did Piff come from, anyway?
Facebook.
That's how the name come from?
Like, you know how Facebook start telling you got to name yourself certain...
so they gave you that.
Like, I tried to name... I didn't want to go by Deron Richie because that's my name.
Right.
You feel me? So I'm like, okay, let me try to get in my rap name /Piff as a first name, last name. But they just made Piff. Like, so, you know. I mean... I had nothing to do with that, to be honest with you. I'm gonna be real.
So where they can check some of your music out?
Everywhere. Google /Piff. I'm on every music site there is known to man. Free and streaming platforms from Pandora to Google Play, Spotify, iTunes, live mixtapes. You know, all over the place. Easy. The best access is YouTube. You know. You want to get to me, I got my platform, 2-Track Friday. I drop 2 tracks a week. You want to hear the newest music from me, I drop every week straight to YouTube. That'd be like the best way to get at me and hear all my latest shit.